Hi, and welcome to today's devotional. We are glad to be back after our absence over the last few days. And, I tell you, one thing leads to another. And this is, now I may be repeating myself here, but this is the slippery slope. We missed a couple days and then we kind of fudged. And today I was thinking about this. I said, you know what? We'll just start all over again next week. But Linda here, there, Linda, her, she said to me today, I was going to go back take my shower. And she said, well, we need to get back on that. And you know what? She's right. And this is just another way that the devil distracts you and keeps you from this. Because, I was just going to let it slide, and that's not being a very good leader, and that's not being a very good steward of God's word. And it's just, how easy things get out of hand when you let them build up.
Well, and it's been a little bit hard emotionally for me since my cousin died, and
Mm-hmm.
right after my sister, and you just don't expect it. And you know, we just found out today she had a heart attack, so at 54 years old. So we weren't expecting that. I've been emotionally. I don't know if you'd call it drained, but I know that, I've just cried, and it's just been a hard situation here. And I've tried to do things that would bring more joy to my life. And, you know, it was still hard, and I've prayed a lot, and I know that's really not a big excuse about missing our devotions. And I hate that we have missed, and we missed our Sunday school class Sunday. And I just feel so bad over that. So y'all forgive us, and we'll continue on.
We'll continue on. And, but, we've had a lot of things going on with us this year. Linda had her surgery. I've had my health problems, and they've caused problems at work. I mean, I've had a lack of focus and a lack of attention, and I forget assignments, and I have to miss so much, with the nausea and the diarrhea and whatnot. And it's really affected my work. But I'm not saying this to make any kind of excuses um, for us missing these last few days. But what I'm trying to say is, despite all the stuff that happens to us, God still takes pretty doggone good care of us.
Yes, he does.
And we need to be thankful. And we need to understand that all this little piddly stuff we go through here on earth, what did Jesus go through on earth
Right,
for us? And he didn't deserve any of it like we do.
right, exactly.
And so I was thinking, I was in the shower, told Linda I'll take my shower, we'll come out and we'll start knocking on these devotionals. And I was thinking in there about what to talk about, and I was like, man, we just haven't been good stewards of the word. We haven't been following the walk that Jesus taught us. We we have got to make a better accounting for ourselves. And so I put in, well, my favorite thing to talk about is stewardship. And so I put in my search query, biblical principles of stewardship, and it led me here to Romans chapter 14, verse 12. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God. And that thing I like to say, and it's been around a long time. Um, if you were put on trial for being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you? So we're going to have to give an account of ourselves to God. And, I think we better doggone well start reading His Word so we know what to say when God asks us, "What have you been doing?"
You know, even though I read God's Word, a lot of times so much stuff is on our mind that we can't concentrate enough to get our heart and our mind together to where we can remember what God is telling us in these verses. Sometimes it's just hard to memorize unless we just study,
Yeah.
So just reading a chapter, just really, it's hard
And
sometimes.
not necessarily trying to be able to quote a verse word from word, but to be able to express what the meaning is,
Yeah, and to keep
how
it
that's
and
supposed to apply to your life, and for you to make it work for your life so you can bring God's word to others.
and to keep it in our heart. What Jesus is telling us to do.
Yes,
So
yes. So I'm thinking about this, and how am I going to give God an account of myself when I'm here slacking and not doing it, falling down on my leadership job. So not only am I failing me, I'm failing Linda because I'm supposed to be bringing her along as well. And maybe one of these lessons would have gotten put off to someone who would have seen something of it, and now that opportunity is lost. So I just, the only thing that I know of how to account to God for your sloth, is to throw yourself on His mercy and say, "I'm a sinner. I messed up. I'm sorry. Give me the strength to do better."
yes, we have to ask for forgiveness for not doing God's work. When we slack on it, or sometimes things just get in the way. And that's what's happened. I think pretty much this last week
Well,
here is
yeah, it's
things.
priorities. We let other things take priorities. We talk about don't let false gods in front of God.
Yeah.
And we went Christmas shopping
Hmm.
and we watched some television and we let other gods get in front
Yes.
of our God.
Yes. We do that.
And that's what we have to battle. So, just as in the parable of the talents, where the three men had to come back and give an account of the money they had used, two of them did good and increased it, and one of them just buried it in the yard and he brought it back and he was lukewarm and God spew him from his mouth. And I don't want that happening to me.
No, we don't want God's wrath to come down on us because of our sin. We want to be faithful to Him and always be praying to Him and be close to Him. Uh, that's something that we learn throughout our life that, you know, God's wrath will come down on people if they're not doing the right things.
So, when you're doing stuff during the day and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do next, you remember this verse. So then every one of us shall give account of himself to God. Sweetie, you have anything else to add?
No, I think you've done a good job, Dan.
All right. All right. So Linda and I are back on track, and we'll be sending this out to you just as soon as it gets uploaded. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, God bless everyone.
Bye bye.